Good morning, everyone. I am your host from the planet Earth. Right now, I am going to tell you about a real story, a very heart-touching story. I saw this story on internet and told you about it. This heart-touching story of heart operation, a 6 years old girl in Baroda by Dr. Shailesh Mehta. Shailesh Mehta is a very famous doctor. You will have tears in your eyes when you listen this and know God lives in our heart. It happened on January 1st. This is story telling by his friend. 2009, I was in Baroda. This incident has really touched me. I hope it touches you. On New Year's Day, I was there, and there is a great cardiac surgeon in Vadodara, Dr. Shailesh Mehta. He is very famous heart specialist. You cannot get an appointment with him for at least a month before you apply approaching him to get an appointment. He has got doctors in Ahmedabad, Vadodara, and hundreds of doctors team. There is the junior doctors examined, keep a report, and only if Dr. Shailesh Mehta has to see, he will see. Otherwise, there is no need. He is a very personal friend of mine. When I was in Vadodara on 1st January evening, we are sitting in the corridor of the hotel, waiting for the dinner. He is about 69 years old man sitting before me and narrating an incident. He said, Doctor, recently the incident happened. I changed in me. It changed my belief. He was very emotional man. He cuts at least 10 hertz every day physically. He was standard in the incident. He said on 27th of December, a couple walked into his office with a small child of 6 years old girl, and the file was given to doctor. Junior doctors had made a report, and the child's heart has a problem. Speak a senior person, senior doctor. He looked at the file. He could make out case is bad. Total clogging. Nothing can be done. About it, he explained to the parents and said, Sir, I am very sorry. Situation is quite bad. There is only two options. Now one is make the child undergo operation immediately. Immediately is already quite late. But I should remind you, you should warn that the success rate is only 30%. That means if I operate the child may die on the operation table 70%. 30% she may succeed. But if you don't make her undergo operation, she will not survive beyond 3 months. It's come to that stage, what will you do? So what can the parent do? They cried their heart out. Sir, we will take the chance. We pray the God that the 30% will help us, bless us, and our child will survive. Please do the operation immediately. The child was admitted to the hospital date. Date was fixed. 6 days before the operation, child was admitted for preparation and earlier tests, and all that mother stayed with the child. This is an important incident for me. The mother stayed with the child to accompany the child, and every day evening, mother would have prayer and make the child say prayers. She put her hand on child's heart and her forehead and say, Pray God. God pray, God will help you, God will bless you. Which I will believed it, and now the operation day came, sterilized operation theatre, and all the doctors were there. Dr. Shailesh Mehta entered at the end, is wearing his green sterilized coat and cap and mask and gloves. He came inside, everything was ready. He saw the 6 years old on the operation table somewhere. We don't know the child is alive, but by the end of the operation, child may not survive. Success rate is very low. He just started just to encourage the child. Don't worry, child, you will be all right. The child looked up and said, I am not worried, doctor, but I have a question. Doctor asked, what question do you have? The child, doctor, everybody is telling me that I had to undergo open heart surgery. Does it mean that you open my heart completely? Doctor said, don't worry, child, don't worry. You will never see the pain. You will not know the pain. I will give medicines for it. Don't worry. Doctor, I am not worried. Again, my question still remains. What is the question? Do you open my heart completely? Because my mother keeps telling me every day that God resides in our heart. God resides in our heart. When you open my heart, kindly see whether there is God reside. If He is there, watch Him, and when I am all right, tell me how He looks like. This man was totally baffled. You do not know how to respond. Okay, don't worry. The operation started. 45 minutes into operation table, not even a drop of blood comes out into the heart. Heart-lung machine was on, and slowly the pulse rate started coming down. BP came down, and doctor said, it is the end of this. Child cannot survive. It just cannot survive. And told his junior doctor, come on, switch it up, switch it up. And that's over, close it. Child would not survive. Sorry, we could not save the child. As he was saying, suddenly, child's words came into his mind, started hitting him. The child had asked, when you open the heart, please see whether God is there. Dr. Mehta, he was sharing this with me. When I start sharing that sitting in front of me, he was crying like a child. You are saying, I have done so many operations for last 40 years or 45 years. My hands were soaked in the blood. Suddenly child's words came into my mind. I just folded my hand there and said, God, all my knowledge, all my skills as a doctor has come to a naught. Now I cannot save this child and her mother, everybody believes that you are in the hut. If you are there, only you save the child. It is beyond me how now he became so merciless. Crying, he told his nurse, next, come on, please take out my spectacles. I cannot see anything. Just pulled out his spectacles. He wiped his tears. At that time, the doctor next to him and said, Doctor, blood is coming into the heart. Dr. Mehta told me, I don't believe in miracles. Some physical phenomena must have happened immediately. I put my glasses. Come on, put the bag. Machine on. Don't stop it. Push it on. Push it on. Put the machine on. And then he started operating for next 4.5 hours. Operation was done. Operation was successful. And then he told me that child's heart is absolutely clean. Now I cleaned all the arteries. Now child will survive at least 60 years now. No problem. I was feeling so happy, and he told me, but still I worry. When the child is ask me about how was God, then what will I tell her? I told him, please tell the child, don't make an effort to see God. God is not seen, but God is experienced. We all experience God. You may not see God. Tell the child, experience God. Do you know? This incident has changed Dr. Mehta's life. He has put a photograph of God in the operation theatre. Earlier, he was so confident of his skills and knowledge. Now, before every operation, he goes and stands before the photograph and says, I am a small man. Whatever knowledge and skill I have, try, but I need your blessing. At the age of 69, Dr. Mehta said, I became down. I know that God lives in our heart. Everybody, all teachers, all parents, all colleagues should tell that God lives in our heart. Thank you very much.